Valder here with another video for you, and I'm hoping I will bring you some inspiration and teach you a few tricks of the trade. I wanted to show you a quick video on this new Altenew feathered lilies combo that we have in the shop. It's absolutely beautiful. Today I'm going to just show you how to do it with using the embossing folder and some distressed oxide. Super easy, super fast. I needed a bunch of thank you notes, so I decided to do this because I do all of them all at once. Now you can do what I did here and just use an A2 size card, which is 5.5 by 4.25, or you can use the full size 6 by 6. We have envelopes to support that, so you can do whatever you decide you want to do. But I decided to do just a regular A2 card for this one. Fast, simple, and very, very beautiful. All right, so the first thing that I did was I spritzed my cardstock with my mini spritzer, all right? And then what I did was I ran it through my embossing folder. Now this is part of the combo. It is a 3D combo, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You can do all kinds of things with it, but let me just show you what else is in the combo, all right? So we do have the embossing folder. We have matching stencils, which I am going to use today to show you how to do that. We also have a complete stamp set right here. It's absolutely beautiful. Tons of sayings and sentiments, and we also have in that combo a really neat little tutorial. You can actually take and cut these up and make cards out of them, but there's a little bit of a tutorial inside there too, so make sure you go over to the website and our little shop and see what we have there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and put all that stuff aside, and I'm going to take the embossed layer that I have, and I'm going to start stenciling it. All right, so my first stencil, I'm going to use these 3 colors. So I'm using Gathered Twigs, Shabby Shutters, and Wild Honey. And when I do use these, all right, I'm going to just rub very lightly. You can do it as dark or as light as you want. I like to go on the light side. I tend to go more on the light side than I do the dark side. I know this is stencil number 1 because up here in the left-hand corner, it says number 1. And that way there, I know it is face up. That is the way I'm going to lay my stencil down. Don't always think that your stencils are going to be laying the same way as your paper, because they're not. So what I do is I just pick one flower or leaf, and I kind of concentrate on that. So for this one right here, I see these 3 little guys right here. Take and line them up right here. All right, there's actually 4. All right, so I'm just going to take and start lining them up there. I've got these lined up. I mean, I know you guys know how to stencil, but I'm just going to kind of show you really quick. All right, and then I want to make sure that everything down below here is also lined up. I forgot the most important thing. I need to grab my sticky mat out of, I love my stamp wheel, all right? So I need to grab my sticky mat out of there, all right? And use that underneath here. And that way there, nothing is gonna move, and I do not need to use tape to go along with it. So let's put our sticky mat down first. Adhere, and I use the one that doesn't have as much stick to it. So we have 2 different styles. One that does really sticks, and you're going to use your heavier papers for that. This is just regular A2 white, not too thick cardstock. So that's what I'm using the lighter one for. All right, let's go back and remember these little guys right here. I'm just going to line those up first. And then I'm going to line up, make sure everything down here below here is also lined up nice and fantastic. All right. Then what I do is I just rub this to make sure it's sticking on my sticky mat. And you can actually tell because the color changes. So I know that's already ready to go. So the first thing I'll do is I will start with my flowers. So I'm gonna start with these little guys right here. I'm gonna start with the wild honey and one of my blending brushes. All right, so I'm just gonna take and rub some ink on there. Now what I like to do is I like to start at the bottom and go out so that the darker is in the middle, and then I feather it out to just white. It just looks really, really pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna take and feather it. Okay, just like that. You see how it's darker on the bottom than it is on the top? Just feather, feather, feather. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're just gonna take and feather. Now, because these are very thin, you don't want to kind of go in circles with this one because they'll move, and you just do not want it to get underneath there. All right, it's a stencil for a reason. It's covering, it's masking the underneath part. All right, so these are all leaves, and then we have, let me see, that is, let's see, that is a leaf and a leaf and a leaf, okay? And then here we have a flower. Okay. All right. You'll also notice on here that we have a couple of ones that are outside the actual stencil, and those are for the little things in the middle here and the stems that go up to them. So we want to make sure that we don't get any ink into those because those are an after thing. All right. So now I'm going to take the green. I'm going to take my green blending brush and I'm going to do the greens, okay? So again, I'm going to start at the bottom and just kind of feather out. So this one I'm using the Shabby Shutters, okay? And just kind of feather out. You see how it's darker down here and it get lighter as we go up, okay? Just like that, making sure you don't get into your flower over here. All right, and you can actually lift it up and make sure that you're doing okay. Doing okay, all right. There we go. All right, so now we've got all of that. What we're gonna do now is to take, I'm gonna leave that green out because, isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, so now what we need to do is to line up these onto, let me just find the 4 of them. There they are. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to take some brown. So I'm using gathered twigs. Now, on the first one, I think I went kind of dark on it, so I'm just going to take and rub a little bit of my brown off. It's better to go light and then add than it is to go dark because you can't get it off. Well, this is distressed oxide, so we could add a little bit of, isn't that pretty? And let's do the one underneath here. Okay, we're going to just line up these little guys right here. There they are. There they are. Okay, so we're just going to line up those and just very lightly add that. Perfect. Let's lift it up to make sure we don't need to add any more. We do not. Now we have to do these little stems. All right, so we're going to go back to our Shabby Shutter and we're going to line up these little stems right here. And I like to do this one's a little bit tricky. There we go. All right, you want to find the one, when you're doing this, you want to find the ones, there we go. What I'm doing is, let me show you. I'm finding the ones that don't have any color on them. Let's put away my Shabby Shutters, get out my gathered twigs, and whoops, no, we do want Shabby Shutters. Hold on, here we go. All right, green, here we go. Okay, and we're just going to add a little bit of green. Lift it up to make sure that we're doing good. Awesome. All right, then we're going to do the big one down here at the bottom. I just got to find, this is the trickiest part of all of them because you've got to just line up these little, there we go. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the little I don't know what they're called. These things right here, the little circles. All right, and then I'm just lining up my my little lines to those. Okay, there we go. There, let's see if we got it. We did. Isn't that pretty? Alrighty. So the first one is done. Okay, that first stencil is done. I'm going to use 3 different colors of distressed oxide. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just use them by like going over them and getting them darker and darker, but you don't have to do that either. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is I always try to find something to line it up with. So this one, it looks like a tulip, but I'm going to line that up with this little guy right here, and making sure that all start at the top. Turn this a little bit because, let's get this out of the way here. Okay. And it takes just a second to do that. And that's why I do all of these. So I embossed 10 of them, and then I'll go through and I'll do the first layer with all of that, with the first stencil. Then I'll go through and do the second stencil. It's really kind of neat, the production line. But you have 10 cards when you're done, or 20 or 25, however many you want to do. So this round I'm using scattered straw and bundled sage. So I'll start with the scattered straw. And I need 2 new, because, or you can just rinse them out, but you need 2 new blending brushes, okay? So we're going to start with this one right here. And just, you remember, start at the bottom and just go lighter at the top. Excuse me. And then this one right here, we're going to take and, let's go. This is just part of, there we go. And here we are with this one. Good. Now what we're going to do is the, oops, wait a minute, we've got this little guy right here. That's also one of the flowers, okay? Good. Alrighty, let's just check it. Make sure, lifting up off of, oh, isn't that pretty? See, we got a little bit darker. Good job. Okay, so we're going to take the scattered straw and put the top on that one and bring out your bundle. Make sure you have the right blending brush. Okay, I've got my green one. And we're just going to take and do the same here. Just kind of blend a little bit. Go this way and then this way. And then just kind of blend it out. Okay, so there's not an abrupt stop. All right, and then we'll do this one right here. And I'm going to start at the bottom and go up. Okay, good job. Here we go. And this little guy right down here. And this one right here. All right. Perfect. Very, very, very good. Okay. And then this little guy right over here, I probably should go back and add a little bit of the yellow. Let's go back to scattered straw, because I see that there's part of the... And if I had lifted this up and realized that I forgot a spot, all you have to do is line everything back up again. Look at how pretty that is. Beauty miss. Okay, we're done with this one. Now we're going to go to the next one. So we're going to put the scattered straw and the bundled sage back. And I'm going to go for the last one. And this one is going to be dried marigold and old paper. We're going to find something to line this up with. And that would be, let's see. Here we go. This I'm looking at this leaf right here. Okay, so I'm just going to line that leaf up right there. So now start at the top. I'm lining up these, that one, that one. We're good to go. So we're just going to lay it down here like this. Now this right here was on my 6x6 card, but we cut it down. So these pieces out here are just, you don't need to do those, obviously. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our dried marigold and our brush and start. There's that one. And then we're going to take and do this right here. There we go. Let's see how that looks. So pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm liking that already. Alrighty. Then we have this little guy right over here. And the good thing about doing these in an assembly line is that the color is already on your stencil, so it's easier to notice that, okay, this is going to be your orangey yellow, this is going to be your green, okay, and we've got this little flower right here. Remember, going from the inside out if you want to do it the way I did it, okay. And this is the back side. So this one I want to get a little bit darker because you'll see that that is going to be a shadow. Okay, there we go. Good, good, good. Alrighty, now we got to get our greens out, and I'm using the old paper. Okay. And let's grab our greens here. There we go. There's that one. And here's this little guy right here. Leaving some white. That just gives it a lot of character. Okay. There we go. We are done. Let's just check it and make sure we didn't forget. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, we did forget something. We need to go back to number 2 because this is one of the ones that is separate from all the rest of them. So we're going to go back to number 2, and you can use any one of your greens. So I'm just going to take the one that I have out, the old paper. And what we need to do is see how we got that nice and dark. There we go. There, much better. Okay, there we go. So that was on number 2. All right, so remember what I said, if you make a mistake or you forgot something, you can go back and do it. All right, now that we have that done, what we're going to do is take this off of our sticky mat, and I got to clean it so that the next time I go to use it, and that's what I love about distressed oxides and using them. They are just so soft and so easy to clean up. They clean up so nice with your your blending brushes. They clean up nice with your stencils. Just so easy. Just stick them under water and you're good to go. All right, so here's this. Now we've got to get our card base, and we're going to put our card base right on here like this. All right, so I'm going to grab my foam tape and add that to my card. I'm just going to raise it a little bit because I'm going white on white, and you can definitely use a colored card base if you want to, but I just want to go white on white to make this stay so soft. And I like to do the foam tape all the way around so it doesn't cave in when it's getting mailed. Okay. And here we go with this little guy right here. Alrighty, and then there we go. Add this to our card base. This is just our crafty foam tape. Love, love, love that. You should have every one of our adhesives in your stamp room so that when you need it, it's there. You don't have to say, I got to order it. All right. Alrighty, see how fast this is? And like I said, if you do a whole bunch of them at a time, you have got a card ready to go. Don't put the sentiment on it so that when you do need it, you can put whatever sentiment you want on it. I need a couple thank you cards, so I'm going to grab I love these. So they come in black, they come in white, they come in... So these, I've got happy birthday, I've got thank you. We're getting some in that are all to do with the holidays. We've got the bannered ones. So let me just show you what they look like. So there's all different fonts. It's just amazing. And I think you get something like 40 or more in them. 36 on the round ones, 40 on the tabs. So this one I'm just going to do a happy birthday. Let's see. Do I want happy birthday or do I want thank you? I think I'll do happy birthday. Okay, and there's all different things. So happy birthday to you, happy birthday, all different fonts. They're just amazing. So I'm going to do that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of our thin our thin dots, okay, our thin foam squares, because I don't want it to be too raised up because I've already raised this up. So I want this one to be a little bit lower, and just put it right there like that. And your card is done. Isn't that amazing? So like I said, you can take and you can make as many of these as you want. They are so super fast and really gorgeous. All right. I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Remember to subscribe to this video or to this my site. Click on the little bell so that when we do new YouTube videos, you'll be the first ones to know. Hit the thumbs up because it really does help us. And then share it with your friends. I hope you have a good day. I enjoyed bringing this to you. Vicki and I love doing what we do. You take care, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by.